Welcome to the summary of The Dark Side of Elon from by Walter Isaacson. The Dark Side of Elon in Family Life. The house was silent, a rare stillness in Elon Musk's world. It was late 2008, and he sat alone in his Los Angeles mansion, the glow of a laptop casting shadows on his face. Justine Musk, his first wife, had just left, another casualty of a life consumed by ambition. Upstairs, their 5 boys slept, unaware their father was slipping away, not just from their mother but from them. This is Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson, a biography that doesn't just chart a titan's rise. It unearths the wreckage of his family life. I'm here to take you into that darkness, where the man who dreams of Mars struggles to connect on Earth, leaving behind a trail of broken bonds and unanswered love. Isaacson begins with Justine Wilson, a writer who met Musk in 1990 at Queen's University in Canada. She was drawn to his intensity, his wild ideas, until they became a wall. Their 2000 marriage started with hope, a lavish wedding, a shared dream. But Musk's darkness emerged fast. Isaacson recounts their first dance, when Musk whispered, "I'm the alpha in this relationship," his tone more command than jest. By 2002, tragedy struck. Their firstborn, Nevada, died at 10 weeks from SIDS. Justine grieved openly. Musk shut down. "He wouldn't talk about it," she later wrote, per Isaacson. "He told me to move on." She couldn't. He didn't. Twins followed in 2004, triplets in 2006, but Musk's focus drifted to Tesla and SpaceX, his presence a ghost in their home. The rift widened. Isaacson describes Musk's demon mode seeping into family life, days locked in his office, nights absent as Tesla teetered on bankruptcy. Justine begged for connection. He'd snap, "I'm building the future." By 2008, she'd had enough, filing for divorce as Musk poured millions into his companies. Isaacson quotes her, "He wasn't cruel, just gone." The boys, Xavier, Griffin, Damien, Saxon, Kai, saw a father who'd miss soccer games, birthdays, their small triumphs swallowed by his grand obsessions. Custody battles flared. Musk fought hard, but his time with them shrank, his mind elsewhere. Then came Tallulah Riley, a British actress swept into Musk's orbit in 2008. Isaacson paints their romance as a whirlwind. Married in 2010, divorced in 2012, remarried in 2013, split again by 2016. Tallulah craved intimacy. Musk offered chaos. He'd vanish for days, she told Isaacson, lost in SpaceX launches or Tesla crises. A 2011 SpaceX failure saw Musk rage at home, pacing, ignoring her pleas to talk. Isaacson recounts a chilling moment. Tallulah spilling tea, Musk exploding, "Clean it up," then going silent for a week. She called him a force of nature. He called her a distraction. Their marriages crumbled under his detachment, love bent, then broken, by a man who couldn't pause. The children multiplied, but the darkness grew. By 2023, Musk had 11 kids with 3 women, Justine, Shervon Zeles of Neuralink, and Grimes, the avant-garde artist. Isaacson dives into this tangled web. Twins with Shervon in 2021, born via surrogate, announced via tweet while she recovered alone. Grimes bore XAEA, 12 in 2020, and Exa Dark Sidereal in 2021, her ethereal bond with Musk fraying fast. He'd name them like projects, Grimes said, per Isaacson, but he wasn't there. X's first steps went unseen. Musk was at a Starship test. X's cries echoed in a house he rarely visited. Isaacson notes Musk's absence. He'd send money, rockets of it, but not himself. That absence was a blade. Isaacson tells of the older boys, teenagers by 2023, drifting from their father. Xavier, transitioning to Vivian in 2022, cut ties, rejecting Musk's name and his world. "I don't want to be part of this," she told a court, per Isaacson. Musk blamed woke ideology, but Justine saw deeper. He never knew her. The triplets, Damien, Saxon, Kai, fared little better, their rare visits with Musk marked by silence or lectures on Mars. He'd talk at them, not to them, a friend observed. Isaacson reveals Musk's regret, fleeting, buried under work, but no change. His kids became footnotes to his mission. The women bore the brunt. Justine's post-divorce years were raw, raising 5 boys as Musk flitted between empires. Isaacson quotes her blog. I was his wife, then his ex, then nothing. Tallulah retreated to acting, her memoirs hinting at a man lost to his own mind. Grimes, by 2023, was a single mother, her songs laced with pain, Musk a specter in her lyrics. Siobhan, a Neuralink exec, stayed silent, her twins a quiet tie to a distant father. Isaacson paints Musk as a paradox, a man who craved legacy through progeny but couldn't nurture it, his Asperger's-like traits, self-diagnosed, locking him in a world of ideas, not emotions. The toll was stark. Isaacson describes Musk alone in 2023, richest man alive, yet hollowed out. His Bel Air mansion, once loud with kids, stood empty. He'd sold it, living in a Texas shack near SpaceX. Family's messy, he told Isaacson, his voice flat. Work's cleaner. But the mess lingered, estranged children, ex-wives scarred, a fatherhood measured in headlines, not hugs. By March 14, 2025, he tweeted of his kids, a rare nod. But the silence between them roared louder. What does the dark side of Elon in family life reveal? Isaacson's Elon Musk unveils a man whose brilliance built empires, but whose darkness dismantled his home. His ambition left no room for intimacy. Wives became echoes, children shadows, love a casualty of his relentless drive. Justine, Tallulah, Grimes, Siobhan, they sought a partner. He gave them a phantom. His 11 kids inherited his name, his wealth, but not his presence, a legacy of absence. The dark side isn't malice. It's a void, a heart eclipsed by a mind that sees stars but not souls. As of March 14, 2025, Musk stands atop the world, dreaming of colonies, yet his family drifts. A constellation he can't reach, a cost he won't reckon. The dark side of Elon in Tesla Gigafactory. The Tesla Gigafactory was a beast of steel and ambition, sprawling across the Nevada desert like a monument to one man's will. It was March 14, 2018, and inside, the air crackled with tension. Elon Musk stood at the heart of it, his silhouette stark against the glow of flickering production screens. His voice sliced through the din. This line moves, or you don't. A young engineer fumbled an excuse, and Musk's eyes, red-rimmed, unyielding, bore into him. You're fired, he snapped, turning away as the man slunk off, another body lost to the grind. This is a chapter from Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson, a tale not of triumph, but of the shadows cast by genius. The dark side of Elon Musk in the Tesla Gigafactory. Step into that chaos with me, where brilliance met brutality, and the cost was counted in human lives. Isaacson sets the stage in 2016, when the Gigafactory was still raw, half-built, chaotic, a gamble to churn out batteries for the Model 3, Tesla's make-or-break car. Musk had staked everything on it, his fortune, his reputation, his sanity. The factory was his crucible, and he ruled it like a warlord. Workers called it the beast. Musk called it the machine that builds the machine. But it wasn't running. Not fast enough, not well enough. Production bottlenecks piled up, and Musk descended from his Fremont throne to Nevada, sleepless and feral. Isaacson describes him pacing the floor, a man possessed, barking orders at 3 a.m. If this doesn't work, he'd growl, we're dead. He meant Tesla, but it felt personal, like he'd drag the whole operation down with him if it failed. The Model 3 ramp-up was hell unleashed. By 2017, Tesla was bleeding cash, $1 billion a quarter, and pre-orders were a mountain Musk couldn't climb. The Gigafactory was the bottleneck. Battery packs weren't flowing, automation was choking. Musk didn't delegate, he invaded. Isaacson paints a vivid scene. Musk in a black hoodie, unshaven, tearing apart a robotic arm with his bare hands, screaming, "This is garbage." Engineers flinched as he fired a veteran on the spot, a man who'd worked 60-hour weeks for years, because a weld wasn't perfect. Perfection or nothing, Musk said, his voice flat, his gaze elsewhere. That night, he slept on a cot by the line, waking every hour to berate someone new. The human toll was staggering. Isaacson recounts the Gigafactory graveyard shift, workers pulling 12-16- even 20-hour days, collapsing at their stations. One assembler, a single mother, begged for a break. Musk overheard and snapped. Breaks are for the weak. She quit the next day, her hands trembling from exhaustion. Injuries spiked, burns from battery acid, wrists ruined by repetitive strain. A 2018 incident chilled the floor, a worker's arm caught in a conveyor, mangled beyond repair. Musk's response, per Isaacson, was cold. He should have been faster. No apology, no pause, just a memo demanding higher output. Safety reports piled up, ignored. Whistleblowers were silenced or sued. Results matter, Musk would say, not excuses. His temper was a wildfire. Isaacson tells of a 2017 meltdown. A battery module failed a stress test, and Musk smashed a monitor with his fist, glass splintering across the floor. "Fix it, or I'll do it myself," he roared, blood dripping from his knuckles. Engineers scrambled, terrified, not of the task, but of him. He'd fire in bursts. One day, 3 supervisors gone for a delayed shipment. The next, a quality control lead axed for questioning a shortcut. "He'd look at you like you were nothing," a survivor told Isaacson. Musk's demon mode turned the gigafactory into a pressure cooker. People weren't colleagues. They were tools, and broken tools got tossed. The darkness wasn't just physical, it was psychological. Isaacson dives into the burnout. Marriages dissolved as spouses worked weekends without end. Parents missed school plays, their kids strangers. A welder named Javier broke down on the line, sobbing after a 14-hour shift. Musk walked by, glanced at him, then muttered to an aide, "Get him out of here." Javier was escorted off, his badge confiscated, his life upended. Musk didn't see weakness, he saw liability. By 2018, turnover was a revolving door. Hundreds quit or were fired, replaced by fresh faces who'd soon learn the cost. "It's war," Musk told a manager. "Casualties happen." Yet the gigafactory bent to his will. Isaacson notes the turning point. Mid-2018, when Musk ripped out failing robots, replacing them with human hands. Output surged, 5,000 cars a week by year's end, but the scars lingered. Workers whispered of Elon's shadow, a presence that haunted every shift, every corner. He'd appear unannounced, eyes scanning for flaws, voice low and lethal. "This isn't good enough." Isaacson quotes a supervisor. "He'd save us, then destroy us." Tesla survived, stocks soared, but the gigafactory was a battlefield, strewn with the wreckage of those who couldn't keep up. The personal toll on Musk was its own darkness. Isaacson reveals a man unraveling, divorced from Justine, distant from his kids, popping Ambien to sleep on that factory cot. His tweets grew erratic, taunting regulators, promising impossible deadlines. A 2018 SEC fine for fraud barely slowed him. He raged privately, blaming incompetence around him. Friends faded, pushed away by a man who saw loyalty as obedience. "I'd rather be alone than wrong," he told Isaacson, his voice hollow. The gigafactory was his victory, but it hollowed him out, a king on a throne of ash. What does the dark side of Elon and the Tesla gigafactory tell us? Isaacson's Elon Musk lays bare a leader who turned a factory into a furnace, forging success from fear and sacrifice. His brilliance saved Tesla, but his brutality broke it. Workers maimed, spirits crushed, a culture of dread. The gigafactory stands as a testament to Musk's vision, but its walls echo with the cost. Lives upended, a man consumed by his own fire. As of March 14, 2025, Tesla thrives, yet the shadow lingers. A reminder that greatness can be a blade, cutting both ways. Musk built the future, but in the gigafactory, he burned the present to ash. The dark side of Elon and SpaceX. The control room at SpaceX's Hawthorne headquarters was a tomb of shattered hope. It was September 28, 2008, and the Falcon 1 had just exploded, again, its wreckage raining into the Pacific. Elon Musk stood motionless, his face a mask of fury, his voice cutting through the stunned silence. "This is unacceptable. Fix it, or you're gone." An engineer flinched, scribbling notes, knowing one wrong move could end his career. This is Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson, a story that lifts the veil on the dark side of Elon Musk and SpaceX. A man who launched humanity to the stars, but dragged his team through hell to get there. Join me in that inferno, where genius met torment, and the price of progress was paid in sweat, tears, and broken lives. Isaacson takes us back to 2002, when SpaceX was born, a fledgling dream in a Los Angeles warehouse, fueled by Musk's audacity and cash from PayPal's sale. He wasn't just building rockets. He was waging war on failure, on doubt, on anyone who couldn't match his pace. The Falcon 1 was his first battleground, and it was brutal. 3 launches, 3 failures, 2006, 2007, 2008, and each one carved deeper into Musk's psyche. Isaacson paints him as a man teetering on collapse. $100 million burned, Tesla bleeding out, his marriage to Justine in ruins. Yet he didn't retreat. He attacked. After the second failure, he stormed the Kwajalein launch site, berating engineers over a crackling radio. "You're wasting my time," he shouted, firing a technician who'd miscalibrated a valve. "No mistakes," he hissed, "or no job." The third Falcon 1 crash was the breaking point. Isaacson describes Musk in the control room, veins bulging, slamming his fist on a console as the rocket disintegrated. "We're doing this again, and it will work, or I'll die trying," he roared. Engineers, exhausted, hollow-eyed, worked 100-hour weeks, sleeping on cots, eating from vending machines. One collapsed mid-shift, his heart racing from stress. Musk's response was a curt, "Get him up or get him out." The fourth launch succeeded in 2008, saving SpaceX, but the cost was a graveyard of burnout. Isaacson quotes a survivor, "Elon didn't care who you were, just what you could do. And if you couldn't, you were nothing." The darkness deepened with Falcon 9 and Starship. By 2010, SpaceX was NASA's darling, but Musk's demands were relentless. Isaacson recounts a 2015 Falcon 9 explosion, a payload lost, millions vaporized. Musk didn't mourn, he raged. He tore into the team, firing a lead engineer on the spot for a faulty strut. "You failed me," he said, his voice ice cold, turning away as the man packed his desk. The push for reusable rockets was worse. Test after test, crash after crash. Workers at the Boca Chica, Texas site lived in a pressure cooker. 16-hour days, no weekends. Musk prowling the launch pad like a phantom. A 2019 Starhopper test failed, and Musk smashed a tablet against a wall, screaming, "This is trash." The team rebuilt it in weeks, but 2 quit, broken by his wrath. Safety took a back seat to speed. Isaacson details a 2016 incident. A technician burned by leaking fuel during a Falcon 9 prep, his screams echoing across the pad. Musk's reaction? He should have checked it twice, then a memo demanding faster turnaround. Injuries piled up, crushed hands, singed lungs. Yet Musk pushed harder. "Space isn't safe," he'd say, shrugging off OSHA fines. Whistleblowers faced retaliation. One who flagged a valve flaw was fired, his career torched. Isaacson notes the culture. Fear ruled. Engineers hid mistakes, knowing a slip could mean exile. It was Elon's way or the highway, a veteran told Isaacson, and the highway was littered with bodies. His temper was a weapon. Isaacson tells of a 2021 Starship review. A prototype's well buckled, and Musk erupted, hurling a wrench across the hangar. "Who did this?" he bellowed, firing 3 welders before anyone answered. His demon mode turned SpaceX into a gauntlet. People weren't colleagues. They were cogs, and faulty cogs got scrapped. A software lead, sleepless for days, botched a simulation. Musk called him useless in front of the team, then canned him. Turnover soared. Hundreds cycled through, chewed up, and spat out. "We're building the future," Musk would say, and the future doesn't wait. The personal toll was a mirror of the chaos. Isaacson reveals Musk unraveling. Divorced from Tallulah Riley by 2016, barely seeing his kids, popping pills to sleep in a trailer by the launch site. His tweets grew wild, taunting rivals, promising insane timelines. A 2020 Starship crash sparked a tirade heard across Boca Chica. "If we don't fly, we're dead." Friends begged him to rest. He cut them off, his world shrinking to rockets and rage. His 11 kids by 2023, names like equations, knew a father more myth than man. Isaacson quotes Tallulah. "He'd vanish into SpaceX, and we'd lose him." Yet the darkness drove miracles. Falcon 9 landed upright in 2015, Starship soared by 2023, feats that rewrote spaceflight. Isaacson doesn't shy from the paradox. Musk's brutality birthed success. He'd work 120-hour weeks, camp at the pad, risk it all, then demand the same, no mercy. By March 14, 2025, SpaceX was a titan, but its foundation was cracked, built on the bones of those who couldn't endure. "I'd rather die than fail," Musk told Isaacson, his eyes distant. The stars were his, but the shadows were too. What does the dark side of Elon and SpaceX reveal? Isaacson's Elon Musk exposes a leader who turned a company into a crucible, forging triumph from terror. His vision sent rockets skyward, but his viciousness grounded lives. Workers broken, safety sacrificed, a soul consumed by obsession. SpaceX stands as a marvel, but its launch pads whisper of the cost. Burned out teams, a man haunted by his own fire. As of March 14, 2025, Musk gazes at Mars, his dream alive, yet the darkness lingers, a testament that greatness can be a pyre, burning all it touches. He conquered space, but at SpaceX, he lost the Earth beneath his feet. The Dark Side of Elon After Taking Over Twitter from Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson. The clock struck midnight on October 28, 2022, and Elon Musk strode into Twitter's San Francisco headquarters, a sink in his arms and a grin on his face. "Let that sink in," he tweeted, a quip masking the storm about to break. Hours later, he fired the CEO, CFO, and general counsel, heads rolling before dawn. This is Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson, a chronicle that doesn't just celebrate the billionaire's takeover of Twitter, it exposes the darkness that followed. I'm here to guide you through that chaos, where Musk's impulsiveness, ruthlessness, and obsession turned a platform into a battleground, leaving scars on its soul and his own. Isaacson sets the scene. Musk's $44 billion acquisition wasn't a calculated triumph. It was a whim turned vendetta. He'd mused about buying Twitter for years, railing against its woke, moderation, its bots, its limits on his voice. By April 2022, he'd snagged a 9% stake, then launched an unsolicited bid, only to balk when the deal soured. A Delaware court forced his hand, and on October 27th, he closed it, begrudgingly, spitefully. He wanted to burn it down. Isaacson writes, quoting a confidant. That night, Musk axed Parag Agrawal, Ned Siegel, and Vijaya Gadde, escorting them out with security, no severance, just vengeance. "They crossed me," he told Isaacson, his voice edged with paranoia. The bloodbath didn't stop there. Within days, Musk slashed 50% of Twitter's 7,500 staff, 3,750 gone in an email blitz. Isaacson describes the panic. Engineers vomiting in trash cans, HR scrambling, a manager weeping as her team dissolved. Musk demanded loyalty, long hours at high intensity, or resignation with 3 months' pay. Hundreds fled, morale cratered. It was a loyalty oath, a former exec told Isaacson, and he wielded it like a guillotine. The trust and safety team, gutted from 200 to a skeleton crew, left the platform vulnerable. Hate speech spiked 500% in the first 12 hours, per Montclair State researchers. Musk shrugged, tweeting, "Comedy is legal now." His impulsiveness was a wrecking ball. Isaacson recounts the blue check fiasco. Musk rolled out an $8 a month verification plan. No vetting, days after the takeover. Impersonators ran wild. Fake Eli Lilly tanked its stock with a free insulin tweet. A mock Nintendo account posted Mario obscenities. Advertisers, General Motors, Volkswagen, bailed, spooked by the hellscape. Musk swore Twitter wouldn't be calm. He backtracked, but the damage stuck. He'd decide on a whim, Isaacson writes, then blame engineers when it blew up. By 2023, ad revenue plummeted 60%, and Musk sued ad groups like Media Matters, raging at their critiques. The platform became his megaphone and his mirror. Isaacson details Musk's obsession with his own reach. After Biden's Super Bowl tweet outshone his in 2023, he ordered engineers to juice his visibility, damn the algorithm. He amplified fringe voices, reinstating Donald Trump, Jordan Peterson, the Babylon Bee, while banning journalists tracking his jet via ElonJet. "Free speech for me, not thee," critics howled. Isaacson quotes Musk's defense, "I'm protecting my privacy." But the hypocrisy stung. CNN and the Washington Post slammed him, and EU lawmakers threatened sanctions. Anti-Semitism and misinformation surged. Musk tweeted a Pelosi attack conspiracy, then deleted it, unfazed. The chaos bled into his life. Isaacson reveals a man unraveling. Musk slept in the office, popping Ambien, his kids, 11 by 2023, distant specks in his orbit. His second divorce from Tallulah Riley was dust. Grimes, mother to X.A. 12 and Exa, split by 2023, her songs bitter with his absence. He'd tweet while I cried alone, she told Isaacson. His temper flared. Engineers cowered as he smashed a phone over a glitch, per a witness. Linda Yaccarino took over as CEO in June 2023, but Musk loomed, a shadow puppeteer. She markets. I dream, he said, but his dreams were nightmares for X. By 2025, the darkness metastasized. X's value crashed to $19 billion, 55% below the buyout, per Musk's own estimate. Daily users dropped 23% in the U.S. since November 2022, per Sensor Tower, as rivals like Blue Sky surged. A March 11, 2025, cyber attack, blamed by Musk on Ukraine, claimed by pro-Palestinian hackers, crippled X for hours, exposing its brittle bones. We're attacked daily, he told Fox News. But this was massive. Isaacson notes his defiance. Suing critics like the Center for Countering Digital Hate, he lost in court, a judge calling it punishment for speech. Musk appealed, unbowed, his paranoia festering. His politics hardened. Isaacson traces Musk's rightward lurch, backing Trump in 2024 with $250 million, jumping on stage at rallies, turning X into a conservative echo chamber. He boosted election fraud lies, mocked George Soros, a dog whistle to anti-Semites, and shrugged as pussy in bio spam flooded feeds. He's the main character now, Isaacson writes, and the platform bends to him. Advertisers fled, users tuned out. By March 14, 2025, X was a husk, traffic down 14%, app downloads off 38%. Yet Musk doubled down, rebranding it his Everything app, a WeChat mirage. The toll was personal, too. Isaacson paints Musk isolated, friends sidelined, his Bel Air home sold, a Texas shack his refuge. Family's messy, he told Isaacson, works cleaner. But the mess clung. Vivian, his transgender daughter, disowned him. His other kids, scattered across mothers, saw a father in headlines, not homes. I'd rather be me, he rasped, but the bravado rang thin. X was his mirror, a chaotic, crumbling reflection of a man who broke it to fit his image. What does the dark side of Elon after taking over Twitter reveal? Isaacson's Elon Musk exposes a titan who seized a platform and twisted it into his own distorted vision. His impulsiveness gutted staff, his arrogance alienated allies, his obsession warped X into a shadow of itself. Hateful, fragile, his. The cost was steep, a $25 billion value drop, a fractured workforce, a family adrift. As of March 14, 2025, Musk stands amid X's ruins, defiant yet diminished. A man who bought a voice and silenced others, whose freedom came at everyone's expense. He aimed to fix Twitter, but broke it, and perhaps himself, proving genius can cast the darkest shade. The dark side of Elon after the U.S. election, Trump win and Doge. The night was electric. November 5, 2024, and Donald Trump stood victorious in West Palm Beach, the 47th president of the United States. Beside him, Elon Musk grinned, a kingmaker basking in the glow. A star is born, Elon, Trump declared, and the crowd roared. But as the confetti settled, a shadow loomed. This is Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson, stretched beyond its pages into the chaos of 2025, a tale of a man who seized power after Trump's win, wielding the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, like a sledgehammer. I'm here to peel back that triumph, to reveal the dark side of Elon Musk in this new era, where ambition turned tyrannical, influence curdled, and a man who'd conquered industries lost his grip on himself. Isaacson's book ends in 2023, with Musk atop Twitter's ruins, but Trump's win turbocharged his ascent. A $132 million donor to Trump's campaign, Musk wasn't just a backer, he was a puppet master. Post-election, he took the stage at Trump's rallies, fist raised, promising a fantastic future. By January 20th, 2025, as Trump swore in, Musk was anointed head of Doge, not a department, but a White House juggernaut tasked with slashing $2 trillion from the federal budget. Isaacson had foreshadowed this darkness. A man whose demon mode thrived on control, now unleashed on a nation. I'm tech support for America Incorporated. Musk quipped at the World Government Summit in February 2025, but his support was a wrecking ball. Doge was Musk's playground, and his purge. Days after Trump's inauguration, he fired off an executive order giving Musk sweeping authority over agencies. Isaacson's Musk was ruthless at Tesla and SpaceX. Now, he turned that ferocity on the government. By February, Doge axed 3,750 federal jobs. Half the USAID workforce gone, the agency shuttered. Wasteful, Musk tweeted, no evidence offered. Treasury payment systems fell under his allies' grip. The CFPB halted as he posted CFPB RIP. Over 2 million federal workers got buyout offers. Quit or be fired. The ultimatum read. Isaacson's portrait of a man who saw people as variables held true. A sobbing USAID staffer begged for her job. Musk walked past, muttering, efficiency doesn't cry. The chaos was immediate. Isaacson had chronicled Musk's Twitter impulsiveness, the $44 billion buyout, the mass layoffs, but Doge dwarfed it. On March 11, 2025, cyber attack crippled X, blamed on Ukraine without proof. Musk sued critics like the Center for Countering Digital Hate, losing in court yet vowing to fight on. His X became a megaphone for Trump's MAGA agenda, reinstating banned accounts, boosting election fraud lies, mocking foes like George Soros with anti-Semitic undertones. Ad revenue tanked 60%. Daily users dropped 23%. He's the main character. Isaacson might have written, and X bends to him. But the platform's decay mirrored Musk's fraying control. Dogecoin was his wild card, a meme coin tied to his whims. Post-Trump win, it soared to 33 cents, a 3-year high, fueled by Musk's tweets and Trump's crypto-friendly stance. Tesla accepts Doge soon. He teased in November 2024, pumping the hype. Investors cheered. Skeptics saw a bubble. By 2025, as Doge slashed budgets, Musk tied the coin to his narrative. Currency of the efficient future, he called it at a Trump rally. Critics cried manipulation. The SEC stirred. Isaacson's Musk loved provocation. This was it. Amplified, a billionaire toying with markets amid governmental upheaval. His politics hardened into a blade. Isaacson had traced Musk's rightward drift. COVID lockdowns, his daughter Vivian's transition, but Trump's one crystallized it. He donated $250 million to Trump's 2024 run, jumped on stage at rallies, turned X into a conservative echo chamber. Woke tyranny ends now. He tweeted, axing DEI contracts worth $1 billion. Poland's foreign minister got called a small man on X. Ukraine took blame for unproven attacks. Allies like Javier Milei and Giorgia Meloni cheered. Foes saw a dictator in waiting. Isaacson's Musk was detached. This Musk was weaponized, his paranoia a policy. The personal toll was an abyss. Isaacson detailed Musk's fractured family, Justine, Tallulah, Grimes, 11 kids, but post-election, it deepened. Vivian's rejection stung anew. He blamed woke mind virus on X, ignoring her silence. Grimes, split by 2023, raised X AEA, 12 and EXO alone, her music raw with loss. He's a ghost, she told Isaacson-esque interviewers in 2025. Musk sold his Bel Air mansion, bunked in a Texas shack near SpaceX, popping Ambien to sleep. Family's messy, he rasped to Isaacson pre-2023. Now, it was a void, kids unmet, X is erased, a man adrift in his own empire. Doge's backlash was fierce. By March 2025, lawsuits piled up. States called Musk an agent of chaos. A judge blocked Treasury access briefly. Protests hit Tesla dealerships. Cars were vandalized. Trump backtracked in March, per X posts, curbing Musk's firing power after GOP pushback. Elon's a patriot, Trump said, but the leash tightened. X's value sank to $19 billion. Tesla stock wobbled. Isaacson's Musk thrived on chaos. This Musk drowned in it. His hubris a Greek tragedy unfolding live. What is the dark side of Elon after Trump's win and Doge reveal? Isaacson's Elon Musk ends with a Titan teetering. 2025 shows him toppling. His Doge reign slashed jobs, warped X, pumped Dogecoin, all while alienating a nation and himself. Ruthlessness that built Tesla and SpaceX became tyranny. Workers broken, platforms poisoned, family forsaken. As of March 14, 2025, Musk stands defiant, a $250 billion man hollowed by his own fire. Trump's win gave him power. Doge gave him a mirror, a reflection of genius turned grotesque, a cost no fortune can repay. He aimed to remake America, but may have unmade himself. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and please remember to subscribe to receive notification of upcoming recordings. See you in next video.